Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. I am your host, Phenomenal Mindy. Welcome to Domestic Friday. And today we're going to talk about a topic that's kind of been in the headlines, and it's going to be on the lines of domestic violence. So, with that being said, domestic violence is not a trending topic. It's not for clickbait, and it's not a tool for viral monetization. Yet, too often we see stories of survivors turn into sensational headlines and shocking videos and shareable contents, all designed to grab attention, but not to create real change. Today, we're asking an important question. When does awareness cross the line into exploitation? And how we can shift the way we talk about domestic violence so that it empowers the survivors instead of profiting off of their pain. We're going to dig into this viral topic of conversation. Now, the reality TV thrives on drama, but what happens when the drama crosses into real life? When a woman says, I was abused, and the world responds as if it's just another storyline. Today, we're talking about Akbar V and her marriage. Real name is Valerie Raven. And she said she was abused, and the world responds as if it's just another storyline. And Akbar, her marriage, her alleged, let me say that, of domestic violence, and the way, her truth has come out and come forward. And it can't, it's kind of is consuming as gossip instead of as a call of compassion. Abuse is not entertainment in this episode. We're going to dig in into the danger of treating it like it is. So, with that being said, Akbar V. I have a couple of videos, and I have a couple of things I'm going to insert within this video. And I'm gonna say that for me, I used to watch Love and Hip Hop. And watching her on Love and Hip Hop, I saw a lot of different things. I don't know if anybody paid attention to those different things. Those different things plague into what's the reality of what's really going on right now. And it's crazy simply because I don't think Akbar got the healing that she needs. I think everything, if you don't get the healing, I think everything continue to spiral out of control. Um, if you don't seek help, and I'm gonna be honest, Akbar is a tough cookie. She is a tough cookie. So, and a lot of people saying, "Oh, well, you're this tough. Why you let such thing happen?" It could happen to anybody, but I know when you put on this spotlight and go on a reality show and show yourself in such a light, people expect certain things from you and not realizing that you are human. But hey, we nevertheless we got to realize that we are within where she is within the spotlight. So people gonna judge and people gonna talk. But the bottom line is me for me, looking at her story in particular and knowing that she was on Love and Hip Hop. I'm gonna say the girl is crying out for help is just in wrong. It's just in wrong way. I do know, am aware that she did get into it with Tiara about exploiting her about different videos and things. But I'm gonna play a video, and this is what I see as far as crying out for help. And I don't wanna, you know, take it lightly. I don't want to go into I don't want us to go into something lightly and not really looking at where everything is stemming from. Not saying that domestic violence is something that you have to be acceptable to, but it's something that needs to be talked about. And her story deserves to be heard if this is a real story. And I'm not going to discredit her for that, but I just think she needs to get off social media. And I definitely think that she needs to get the help that she's seeking, and being on social media for attention and likes and loves and views is not what really is. Because I'm gonna be honest, from my point of view, I really feel like that this is some truth to this, but I also feel like that it was done as a publicity stunt for her single that's coming out. And not saying that her story is not true. I'm just saying that I don't think that this was the right time to put that out, being that you're asking people to download your music and you're trying to make it in the music industry. And sometimes people think that bad publicity is always something good, as far as when it comes to numbers and dollar signs and things like that. But it's not always the case. And we have to look at the bigger picture. And I'm gonna be honest, Akbar, you have kids that's involved in this. If you're watching this or if you get a clip of this, you need to know that you need to seek some type of help and get some professional help. And I'm concerned about the children. I'm concerned about the village that you do have around. I'm concerned about a lot of things. But I'm gonna play this clip video here, and I want you guys to look at this video and see what I see. Hear the vulnerability inside of her voice. And nevertheless,
I'm
go
looking
ahead.
for love in all the wrong places
Mm.
because I lacked love as a kid. My mom didn't give it to me, nobody gave it to me, right? So, what do? You grow up looking for love in all the wrong places. I'm having kids by men thinking that they love me. These men don't love me, they love my sexual pleasures, right? This is real. Like, when I speak, I tell the truth. Like, even in my music, it's truth in my music. This is real what I speak. So, to the public eyes, she thinks she's a bully. Nah, I'm broken.
Mm.
I'm angry. I'm hurt.
Mm.
I need help. Do y'all get me help? No. Do you know what they do to me? They point fingers. They judge. Call me all type of names.
And shout out to Jay for this video that I got this clip from. But I'm going to say, Akbar, that you need to focus on your children. You need to focus on your healing. You cannot find healing within a man. You cannot find healing through a man. You cannot talk to a man and then have the gesture of I'm gonna get over it, or living with the stigma as if you carrying the weight of the trauma from your past into something that's in your life and you're trying to be successful within the public eye. People are already going to have their views about you, whether they're good or whether they're bad or whatever the case that it may be. It just simply is what it is. But I think now at this particular moment, I think you need to focus more on your children. I think that you need to focus more on you. And I am concerned because if you guys have watched Love and Hip Hop, there was an older child that she did have, and that's another thing that bothers me the most because my biggest thing is with kids and elderly people. That is my biggest concern. I don't, care too much about all of the other fugazi stuff, but I do care about the children. Akbar, I'm going to say you just jumped out of the frying pan into a pot, or out of the pot into the frying pan, and everything is continuing to spiral out of control. She posts a lot of things that's on social media, and I'm trying to figure out why. Because in the particular post, and I'm just gonna be real honest, it really was hard for me to really read all together. I'm gonna really be honest with you. I'm not gonna attempt to try to read everything on here because I'm concerned. I'm concerned at this point. The things that she was saying, and this you with your husband, and he confuses you and he keeps you in a cycle. I'm confused as to why you want to stay. I don't know, it's because of what it is. She stated that her girlfriend daughter, the guy that she was talking about in particular, came and called and asked her for whatever, but knows how much the ex-girlfriend has done in our marriage. I still stay. Now he just did this to me on August the 22nd. And he is such a trustworthy guy, and told me it was my fault because the guy said something to her asking for help, and just all of this is a bunch of bull. And he began to slap her. And even on her post that she posted, she didn't even I don't get it, because I get she crying out for help, but I don't get the way, because you did not call the police, but then you made a whole post that went viral. She also said that, this person was trying to make her go home, but she was playing nothing serious. He put his hands on me for nothing. Everyone knows I play and talk smack. My husband knows it too. He just wanted to embarrass me at the club for my birthday, so he did. Why? Why? What is promising of that? what value does any of that have in it? It's devaluing you. You in a public light. Why do you need to be slapped in public? Me, I would definitely feel embarrassed by this. And all of this is allegedly. And I don't understand the thing that she posted. And this is the picture that she posted, showing that her face was swollen and all that good stuff. And I'm not meaning good stuff in a good way, but I'm meaning that this shit is crazy. And you posting us telling us why. Because what can we do other than spread the gossip again? I feel like all of this shit is clickbait. I feel like that I'm not saying that this didn't happen to her. I just feel like all of it is just clickbait. And I'm not even going to read all of this. This is something too that she posted online. And then it's, I'm trusting in God. I tried to be faithful in my marriage and please to God. But when you got a husband like mine who continue to sleep around and don't care our son and speak things like he wish he be unalive is crazy to me. God knows my heart, and I have literally been behind the scene trying to pray, trying to really do right. Let me tell you something. You can pray and pray and pray and pray and pray till Jesus come back. But if there's no action behind your praying, asking God to position you in a place where you're able to walk, then what are you telling social media for? Because they can't do shit for you, and I'm so I'm look, I apologize for the vulgar language, but I'm just tired of people using things for clickbait and using things for viral moments, using things for saying that they've been this and they've been that, and in reality, you still want to stay. Now, I'm not saying, and I'm not beating her up and I'm not bashing her. What I'm simply saying is, Akbar, stop telling social media what's going on and wanting our sympathy when you are a tough cookie, as we do know. Why you let him wailing on you? You are beautiful, and I'm really being honest with that. You are beautiful in every aspect and every way. When I first saw her on Love and Hip Hop, I did see her, and I said, Akbar is kind of, she's beautiful, but her agenda for the show, it took me back, and you have a child. And sometimes when you in the light of drama, the drama begins to plague your life and becomes your reality. And there's no way to control it once it begins to spiral out of control. There's no way I'm scared of this guy. And there's no way I'm fearful. If you're gonna talk the talk, make sure you walk the walk. If you can't walk that walk, why are we talking? Why are we being involved? You know, because this is something that you put in before us, and now you're like, well, don't talk about this and don't talk about that. Girl, please help us help you. If you reaching out for help, help us help you. Get your ass up out of there. You know what I mean? And live on your own. You could do bad by yourself. You don't need nobody welling on you. And then if another man is if your husband as your man feels some type of way about another guy doing a certain thing, then obviously that's not the man for you, because a real man is not going to let another man come in position or try to take his position. That's something that he's supposed to be qualified to do. And I don't know if you marry him thinking, the grass is going to be greener on the other side. And, you know, I don't understand it, because you being who you are, as the tough cookie you are, I'm gonna need for you to get it together, sis. I'm gonna need for you to reach out to people that have genuine interest and who's not on the drama, who's not telling you to go viral or use this as a moment, because you're hurting in the moment to capitalize off of that. We ain't doing that. It's 2025. Are we still letting people do this? Are we still letting people get away? The first thing you need to do is track everything. After you track everything, make sure you have everything documented and record, behind you on what's really going on. have grounds to is you got to be a detective on some real stuff, not on the drama stuff that ain't helping you in no type of way. You need to help to heal from the trauma from your mother. You need to start there. You need to gather yourself. And don't get me wrong, I know you're going through postpartum, and that is something that women deal with and not sign up for, because look how long it been since you had another child. So you have to prepare yourself and be ready for whatever comes behind getting yourself together. But being in the public light to push your music forward in this aspect is all wrong. It's all wrong. We don't need to hear the music because that you didn't already position us to have a focal point on what you told us in the beginning from the abuse. We don't hear no music that you coming from. We don't hear anything that's inspiring. We don't hear that. We hear trauma is what we hear. And it seems to me we need to get Iyanla back on the line because it's a lot of people out here who's who's damaged that's in the public eye. And there's no way for us to do what we need to do as a community if we can't push you to be great and do what you need to do as a woman. So Akbar, I'm gonna need for you to get offline, get yourself together, reach out for help, counseling, community, friends. And I'm not talking about those friends who, again, that's gonna promote you to do fuckery. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about those people that really got your back and have your corner. Because there's no way in the hell if you're my friend, I'm gonna allow you to post what you post. And then it's a long paragraph, it's a run-on sentence that's running on, that's running on, and we read on to see what the end gonna be. Like seriously. And it's not funny, you know? It's not funny at all. I hope that you get the help that you deserve. And I am a small podcaster, but for whatever reason, if my video come across your path, I hope I can inspire you in some type of way, and you can go through some of my videos and see and know the signs. And I'm gonna say this because I've been meaning to say this. The first sign of abuse is not funny, and when I say that, guys have the tendency of being controlling, and being controlling can be in a sense of love bombing. If a guy is coming to you and you never had this type of love before, and you're not looking at the love bombing that he given in the objective that he have to change the trajectory, then you're gonna miss out on what you need to see within those red flags in the very beginning. Because the signs are there, but as women, we have the tendency of ignoring the things through the laughter, through the playfulness, or through the joking. And it's not funny. If you mean the guy and he's already demanding, I mean straight up demanding you to move a certain way to his caliber, then we have a problem. I'm not gonna call that love bombing. Oh, well, he just loved me. Oh, we just in the beginning stage. We getting to know each other. Oh, it's fine. It's cool. Those are red flags. They waving at you. And then by the time all those flags lined up, then we be asking God for a sign. Well, hell, I gave you 50. I gave you that. And you wasn't paying attention to that. You wasn't looking at that. So we have to pay attention, women. Focus on the red flags. If you see those red flags in the beginning, you got to be like, oh, no, 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 no. If this happened in the beginning, what's going to happen in the latter? We ain't ignoring this. Oh, he's so cute. He's so oh, he got the thuggish style that I like. Yeah. And most of the time, real love is not in the people who you feel that you attracted to. I'm just really being honest. You can be cute all day, but you can be toxic as hell. We got to get out of my people far as my kind. Oh, this girl, this is my kind. But girl, this nigga crazy. And he's like, "Oh, it'll be okay." No. What's your history? What's your background? What do you like doing? How do you act when you in anger? Do you still see me? What do you do? What do you use hands? What do you do when you mad? Like all of these type of things and type of questions that need to be asked in the beginning. Not cause you fine and you the one. Oh, not cause you got that old pack that I like. Again, the person for you is not gonna be in your kind. It's not. And opposite does attract. And I'm pretty sure everyone is aware of that. That saying that says the opposite attracts because it definitely does. But with that being said, domestic violence is not a trend topic. It's not something that you can be exploited for likes, views, or even money. Behind every headline, every post, and every story is a real person. You know, someone who's lived within fear, pain, and survivor is something that should be treated as such. And as a creator, and as a consumer, and as a community, we have a responsibility to honor that truth. If you know someone that experiencing domestic violence, please know that help is available in the US. You can call the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-SAFE, or you can text START to 88788. You are not alone, and support is out there. Let's choose to, share this responsibly. Let's choose to empower one another over exploiting one another. And let's not never forget that survivors deserve dignity, safety, and healing, not just exploitation. I am gonna give out my phone number. My phone number, if you need me or if you want your story to be heard, or if you just need to lift get some things up off your chest and just want to release some things and you don't have no one to talk to in your family or your community, my number is 901-501-5456. If I do not answer, please leave me a voicemail. My voicemail is to set up to take a message on whatever you want to talk about, and I will return your call. If you don't want to leave a voicemail, you don't want to text, you can email me at phenomenalreflections2024 at gmail.com. I am available. I am what the community need. I am an advocator. I don't have to go to school to be an advocate of domestic violence. I have had domestic violence plague all through my family. And I thought that creating this podcast was a topic that need to be talked about and need to be heard. And we don't just limit it to domestic violence. We talk about everyday life issues and struggles that's going on within the worldwide of the community in America. And I want this to be a safe space for you. I want you to feel comfortable with telling me your story. I'm not going to exploitate you. I'm not going to downgrade you, but I am going to be truthful with you. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything to you. Whenever you're ready, call my phone and I will be there to listen to whatever you have to say. And with that being said, this is Domestic Friday, and I hope to see you on the next episode. Until then, bye for now.